Welcome to the first setup video for the Pro Tools Studio One and FL Studio course. We're going to get right started on how to get Pro Tools for free. This is the Pro Tools section. Everything should be color coded. This should be purple. The Studio One should be blue, and then FL orange. So, excuse me. Cool. So we're going to go through in the package that we gave you in the course. It should say that, downloadable content, and you'll see the Pro Tools application downloadable as well as the plugins that we're going to be downloading today. But if you haven't done that and you just want to go and see it done for yourself, kind of a real nice hack to know whether you're learning Pro Tools as an artist or a producer, engineer, or just messing around with podcasts or anything. So we're going to have a new window open. And before we do any of this type of downloading, we're going to go and download WinRAR. I call it RAR. It's RAR extractor. Oh wait, you're not even on my screen. There we go. Alright, cool. So you're going to download this before you do any type of software downloading or modification and everything. Don't worry about it. So it's going to tell you that it's free. It's not free. It is free. Don't click away from anything that makes you try to download it for a full version. It's just not. You just don't need it. So it'll run with the free version. Trust me, I've been doing it for years. So this is just going to be able to extract encrypted packages, right? So that's what we're doing. We're kind of getting applications that are the real applications. They do the same things, and we're just making sure that we can extract that stuff, right? So in the folder that you'll have, you don't need to go all over this if you've downloaded already the extractor and the project files, so you'd be able to set it all up, and then you can skip this video if you have this video set up and everything cool. So this is for download. This is a real secret thing going on in the industry. Make sure you're on private browser. Make sure you're on, I don't want to be responsible for anybody's information getting hacked, right? Then, first and foremost, we're going to get Avid. Now they have a version of this that is for 2021. I have another video for that if you want dark mode and all that cool stuff, but we really don't need that right now. We just kind of need it we need the Pro Tools DAW, right? We want to be able to jump in and create as fast as possible. So we're going to go to the 5th page. Should usually always be the last page, the downloadable page. See, these are what you're going to run into. This is why we have everything packaged for you in the class. But like I said, I want to be able to give you guys a run for your money doing this stuff. So we're just going to, this is the pain and aggravation that you go through when, it's not really pain or aggravation. It's just more along the lines of putting in the work. So you see all these. We'll come back to this in the plugin section, but you'll really get a real big inventory for your money. Pretty ridiculous how much stuff you could actually get for free. And then that's the whole thing, is in this course you want to be able to, do your marketing and everything with as little money down as possible. Right here, right, we're going to open it up. And this is where the extractor comes in, because you're going to only be able to open it through the extractor, right? It's going to send you a bunch of pop-ups and everything, and don't worry about any of that. And we're going to go right into the file folder. There's a lot of stuff, don't worry about it, okay? But what we're going to first is install the drivers. So you're going to run this one. Do not do the above one, do the bottom one, okay? For some reason the top one just does some weird funky stuff. And then we're going to do the setup process. So I'll run this with you. Every app, once you try to open up an application, the thing in the extractor, hang on, before we start, you got to get right. Come on, it's a paid for course, you gotta get right in the head. Anyway, so we're back. we're gonna put in, so it's www.4download.net. Okay, and that's gonna extract. It's with everything that it's gonna have. I'm gonna give you the passwords in the zip file, but if you're just like downloading, following along as well, every password's gonna be www.4download.net. No capitals, none of that, just that. And so then this is gonna extract. It's gonna take a little bit, you know. RAM, the more RAM you have, the more processing you're going to be able to do, and that's kind of the name of the game. Is keep your computers clean if you're going to be doing this type of music production, whether you're mixing, whether you're just doing a couple tracks, whatever you're doing. If you're in a digital audio workstation environment, you need to make sure that your machine is performing accordingly, right? I'm going to take you through all that as well, to make sure that you have your PC running in performance mode and everything. That should be in the video prior to this, is maintaining good specs before downloading and operating operations, right? Now this is downloading and extracting in my C drive. However, when I install, right, so this is Audio Utopia, this is our interface for installing everything. Make sure that you have QuickTime downloaded on your Windows as well, or this will not work. And this is your trans VST. So if you have VSTs, which are plugin files, if they're not AAF, which we probably explained that to you in the format and everything before this, but if they're not in that proper format, they're not going to load on Pro Tools. They might load into other applications, right? Depending on, so this trans VST, install the trans VST fixer only if you have plugins that you know are not AAF, right? So then we're going to install Pro Tools after we have all the drivers and QuickTime. Make sure we have all that, and then we're going to install Pro Tools onto your D drive or an external drive that you have. We don't want to take up space on your C drive, right? We want to be able to put it onto a drive that's not going to mess with our power, not going to mess with our CPU, stuff like that. And that's really the name of the game, is making sure that you are installing it properly. Not just what's the word, location-wise, but understanding that if you install it in a certain place, remember that a lot of stuff is going to start to get saved in there. A lot of metadata, a lot of cache, all your project files, all your tracks, everything, and then it's going to be really hard to be able to get it on a point where it's organized, right? So you want to do organizing before you go into installing. You want to be able to have your folders set and everything. See? So look, I don't even have QuickTime on here. So before I even do this, I want to finish that, and then we're going to install QuickTime, because it just told me, obviously, I don't have QuickTime, which I thought I did. We're going to install that real quick, so go install QuickTime if you haven't done that, so you don't get that error message. See, we're going to change the drives again. D program files. So this is where we're going to have it on the same drive as our Pro Tools. All Pro Tools to the correct location, and then we're going to open it up, and we're going to see what's good. Make sure that everything in the settings is set up so when we do start and we do have the plugins and everything, that we kind of have a knowledgeable way to go about it. We're not just kind of setting up a session and just being like, well, where do I start? Or, just setting up an audio track and then blasting the volume is just not the results that you're going to want, right? You're going to need setting a gain structure in the beginning, and then going into equalizing and compression and everything. But what we're doing right now is setting up all the technical stuff so we can focus on the creative. Real quick. And remember, we're going to put it on an external drive, so when we install it, we're going to make sure that it's on an external drive. Cool. So you're just going to accept all the license and agreements and all that. And then now, make sure that it's on custom, right? Now, because we downloaded it to the D drive, right? We already kind of quote unquote pre-installed it to the external drive that we want to. When we install it, it's going to go right back into it. So then once you get that install button, it's not going to do it on your C drive. It'll go on your D drive or the external drive that you are opening this package from. For it to operate the way it's supposed to, just because it needs to manually have control over your CPU. So there's some exits as well that are going to be in your documents, as well as your plugin files, just to kind of route everything. So that's kind of what's going on here right now. When we install the Pro Tools, the main file, it's not trying to find a driver or anything like that. So we're going to do number 5 first. We're going to be installing our drivers to make sure when we install Pro Tools that it's going all to the correct place. Downloading stuff and not knowing what it's doing to your computer, let alone just starting fresh on a computer that has data and stuff in the C drive as well. I recommend that you back up all your stuff, put all your documents, your downloads, everything onto an external drive, wipe your computer, and then install the DAWs as your first install, right? And then your plugins, and then all your other stuff is on your external drive, and it should still be able to run. I've never had really a problem when I move it to an external drive after it's on the C drive for a while. So, just let it run, let it install the drivers. I'll take you through the install process with the install wizard, and yeah. This is establishing your prerequisites before you go and install Pro Tools. Take care of your bought plugins and be able to still use them, even if you have the free VSTs downloaded into AAX files, right? So it's creating an environment so you can use everything. Walking you through the whole process.